In this episode, you're going to find out what the heck prime factorization is and how to use it. What's up? I'm Anthony, and welcome to another episode of I Like Math. And today, we're going to learn about prime factorization. Sounds confusing, doesn't it? Don't worry about it. I promise I got your back. Now, from the name prime factorization, you probably can tell that it involves factoring, like what we learned in the previous episode. But what about this word prime? What does that mean? To help you understand, let's use what we learned in the last episode to factor the number 7. We can get 7 by adding 3 and 4, but factoring is not about what we can add to get a number, but it's about what we can multiply. Since I can't think of any numbers off the top of my head, let's find factors by testing for divisibility. After doing some calculations, the only numbers that didn't leave remainders were 1 and 7, which is pretty obvious. We know that if you multiply any number by 1, you will just get the same exact number back. But why aren't there any other factors of 7? This is why. See, 7 is a special number. It's a number that we call a prime number. So prime numbers is just a number that has 2 factors, 1 and itself. That's it. And you better believe there's a lot of prime numbers too. Here's a list of all the prime numbers that are less than 20. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, and 19. They're the ones you will use most often. Some of you may be wondering why 1 isn't on the list of prime numbers. Well, 1 is a lot like a prime number, but for technical reasons, it's not considered prime. So in a way, prime numbers are just special numbers that you cannot factor. That's unless you use the obvious number 1 and the number itself. But what's so special about prime numbers anyway? Why do we need to know about them? See, prime numbers are like the building blocks of all the other whole numbers. In fact, whole numbers that are not prime are called composite numbers because they're composed of prime numbers. That means that you can get them by multiplying prime numbers together. Now here's a good way to see how that works, just in case you're getting a bit confused. Again, we'll list all of the prime numbers that are less than 20. And then let's list all of the composite numbers that are less than 20 over here. The first composite number is 4, and you get 4 by multiplying the primes 2 times 2. The next composite number is 6, and you get it by multiplying the primes 2 times 3. And the next composite number is 8, which you get by multiplying the primes 2 times 2 times 2. And the composite number 9 can be made by multiplying the primes 3 times 3. We could keep going like this, and you would see that all the composite numbers are made by multiplying different combinations of prime numbers together. And each of these combinations is called the prime factorization of its composite number. So prime factorization is really a thing? Yes, it is. It's the set of prime numbers that you multiply together to get another number. That's true. But you can also use the term prime factorization as an action to describe how we find out what prime numbers or composite number is made of. And that's what we're going to do next. We're going to use prime factorization, the action, to find prime factorization, the set of prime factors for the number 12. So we're going to factor 12 to all the factors of prime numbers. Now to do this, I'm going to use something called the factor tree. A factoring tree is just a diagram that helps you keep track of multiple factoring steps. When you factor a number, you write the 2 factors below it with lines or branches going to them. And then, if you factor one of the factors, you do the same thing again. You will see how it works when we do this example. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. 12 can be factored into 2 times 6, so we're done, right? Nah, not yet. Because we're doing prime factorization, we need to keep going until all the factors are prime numbers. Well, we know that 2 is a prime number, but is 6 prime? Unfortunately, it's not. because see, 6 can still be factored into 2 times 3. And both 2 and 3 are prime numbers. So now we're done. If we bring down that 2 that we had from the first factoring step, we can see that the prime factorization of 12 is 2 times 2 times 3. Now some of y'all may be thinking, I didn't want to factor 12 into 2 times 6. I wanted to factor it into 4 times 3. Well, alright, let's try that. This time we'll start by factoring 12 into 4 times 3. But remember, we need to keep on factoring until all of our factors are prime numbers. Alright, so check it out. Are 4 and 3 prime numbers? Well, 3 is prime, but 4 isn't. 4 can be factored into the primes 2 times 2. And again, if we bring down that 3 from the first step, we see that we have 3 prime factors for 12. And they're the exact same ones that we got the first time. That means no matter which way you start factoring, as long as you factor all the way down to prime numbers, you will always end up with the same group of prime factors. Let's try just one more to make sure you all the way straight. Let's find the prime factorization of 42. Well, for the first step of our factoring, I see that 42 is an even number. So that means that we can divide it by 2 to get our first two factors. So 42 divided by 2 equals 21. So we can factor 42 into 2 times 21. Okay, 2 is a prime. So we can't factor it anymore. But what about 21? Well, if at this point you've memorized the multiplication table, you might recognize that 21 is one of the answers to it. You can get 21 by multiplying 3 times 7, so we can factor 21 into 3 times 7. And if you didn't remember that, you could have did some divisibility test and you probably would have figured that out. Okay, so what about the 3 and 7? Well, they're both prime, so that means that we're done factoring. We bring down the 2 from the first step and we can see that the prime factorization of 42 is 2 times 3 times 7. Alright, so now you know what prime numbers are, and you know how to use prime factorization to find the set of prime numbers that the composite numbers are made up of. And that set of numbers is also called its prime factorization. And I don't have to tell you, because you already know, that this is why I like math. Until next time, holla!